Welcome back into another episode of the Spaceman 2.0 Phoenix Truth Rising Show. Here to help you grow in the knowledge and wisdom of truth, and the truth will set you free. So we're going to get right back into creation, the sacred universe, the incubation of the Phoenix. This will be part 17. There's only going to be one more part after this, part 18. Thank you for staying tuned and listening and watching and hopefully reading along at your own pace to get your own understanding as well, get deeper meaning. But with that being said, there's going to be over 100 titles here, which on the 18th part, I'll show at the end some of the names of these titles to get through over the years. I'm in this for the long haul, people, to help us go through this transition period from darkness to light, from exposing, revealing the elite's plans on the planet. And with that being said, the truth will set us free, because our awareness and our decisions after being more aware will be in alignment with truth. That being said, let's get on into part 17 of creation, the sacred universe, incubation of the Phoenix. But just before we start, these are excerpts from this book, Journal 21, Creation. Now, these are excerpts, the spiritual excerpts. The rest of the book, 200 pages, is chock full of information that's going on today, and who's doing it, and what's taking place politically, banking, religiously, all around the world, wars. It's a commentary on the news, and we'll get into that as we go along, because we cannot not look at the real news that's happening. So with that being said, let's just continue on with the spiritual story. No words. O humans of this yet sleeping age, there is so much to share with you, so very much more. It is difficult to place this awareness in your words, for your words are of only one dimension, of only one meaning, in a time, at a time. And the wonderful living reality of this universe and the things of which we speak are multi-leveled, multi-dimensional, with reasons woven together like many streams and waters weave together in the larger truth of a river valley. There are many reasons why your world holds the attention of the universe. Your initiative, your capacity, your potential, what you have already demonstrated in your hours of vision and nobility are some of the reasons, but your fall, your rebellion, is yet another. For you see, once the egos of the warrior tribes ran off into the jungle, we knew that we were confronting in the womb, in the very moment of conception, certain fundamental issues that would have to be faced again and again on our future travels throughout the far-flung stars. So long as this wondrous universe unfolds, human egos will face the same fundamental issue that you face today. Always they will have the choice to be ruled by what they love or by what they fear, and the option to reject the input of their spirits will always be present, for human freedom of will is essential to the proper working of the universal design. Let us consider what would be if there could be documentation history of the inevitable sequence of events that occur when an ego or a tribe chooses a god of fear, and if this history could be recorded in a genetic media presentation, narrated as it were by egos who had themselves experienced history, then every ego skirting the edge of a fear-motivated decision would walk into the genetic media library and watch the DNA, RNA story of what happened there on your Earth, observing what becomes of those who choose fear-centered behavior. They could watch a most graphically illustrated story of what happens to those who ignore their natural design and misdirect their energy in cancerous and ultimately self-destructive behavior. The angels of conception, so to speak, who are guiding universal development, seek to minimize suffering as you perceive it, your own and that of races yet to come. So you see, when your race fell, attention gravitated to your place. Why allow dozens of worlds to experience the starvation, suffering, and deprivation, along with warfare and disease that is born from the ego's rejection of their spirits, when one world would do? And if that one world were the source world, the point of conception for all similar life forms to come, then there would, after the lesson was learned, be a built-in genetic immunity to such disease in the future. You knew us once for the flicker of a segment of time when you first left the seas for a conscious experience to dress in human form and forget your spirit dreams. But it was time enough. We recognized you and knew then that we would never abandon you. We knew that someday your own intelligence would lead you to seek contact with us once again. We maintained the conditions that surrounded this egg of possibility. We held the earth carefully and assigned to her the brightest spirits to walk with you and remind you. Our Creator sent advanced and wondrous Christed beings to teach you and show you the way. We held the earth most carefully and efforted to awaken you to your responsibilities to tend and nurture her. As bleak as it may seem to you who perceive yourselves scattered to the four corners, we now have our patience rewarded. There are those of you who at last look up and beyond and see us through the microscopic interpretations of your egos, and remember, it only requires one. You are beginning to perceive us, the one sent onto you from your source, that you don't have to make the journey alone. We communicate. We do what we can with the words of your ego-created languages, but it is somewhat like speaking with our hands through the movement of their shadows on cave walls, the fire of your interest flickering and sputtering. We must use crude and primitive symbolism, these symbols and marks upon a page, for you have forgotten your language. As you sense the reality behind these words and follow the direction of thought, there is movement in your life. You leave the cave of history's deceit and enter the garden that has ever been your true home, and wondrous indeed it is. We represent the light bearers. We come with the